For a lot of stepmoms, the narrative that you were the mistress, the side chick, the other woman is a thing that plagues you. Even if you were not the mistress, the side chick, the other woman, the person that was the home wrecker or the apartment wrecker, whatever it was, I find that that's a really convenient narrative to spin for a woman that's hurt and angry. So one thing that I've noticed a lot in my coaching practice, in my own personal life, is that this narrative is spewed to anybody that will listen. And it's typically spewed from a person. Now, if it's true, this video probably is not for you. If you were the person that interrupted an active relationship while it was happening, you were the homewrecker, you have the scarlet letter, if you were the side chick, then this video is not for you. This video is for people that have had that accusation thrown at them and poured all over their head and everything they do. And it's just a damn lie. So if you're one of those people that's been lied on, come on, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's talk to it. And if you have something to say, I would love to see your rebuttal or your response in the comments. I'm trying not to get too personal here because I do this as a business. And my job is to help people in blended families, chaotic blended families, sort out their messes so that everybody, or at least some of you, can live peaceful lives. But if there's a person in your life that is consumed and committed to chaos and that just ain't happening, you need to holler at me. Oh, that's my sister, y'all. She's in town visiting for a little bit. One of the things that I've noticed in my practice and in my personal life, and this narrative is spewed by someone that is intensely hurt, and they really might believe this. If you've been accused of being the mistress, then the thing that you should absolutely do is clear it up, especially if you know that it's a damn lie, if it's not true. If you did not know your person while they were in a relationship with that other person, put it out there. Be willing to show proof. Talk to the person. Give them the things that they need so that they can calm their mind and their fears. The problem happens is if this person is committed. Remember, the word committed is a really important thing here. If this person is committed to this narrative because it helps their role in being a victim, it helps their role in being the martyr or the person that got jilted, the sovereign single mother, the cuckolded husband, if it helps that person, then there's nothing that you can really do. Even if you've shown formidable proof that you didn't break that thing up, there's nothing that you can do that's going to happen. So the next thing that they do, if you see that the commitment is there, they're going to tell anybody that can listen. They're going to go to social media. They're going to tell your partner. They're going to all their friends, the people at church, all the mutual friends. They're going to try to rally the troops, or as we call them, flying monkeys. So then they're rallying the troops. I think one of the most despicable things that they could do is bring their kids in as one of their flying monkeys. And a lot of toxic people, a lot of toxic men and women, a lot of toxic parents will do this. They'll triangulate their child into this thing where they're convincing them that their other parent not only left the adult, but they left the kids. Your mother left us, your father left us for that other person. So now, of course, the kids are going to see this parent as the victim. And I always say kids identify with the weaker parent. They don't identify with the parent that's doing the most or telling the truth or spending the most time with them or paying the most child support. They identify with the parent that they deem the weakest because they are afraid that this parent will abandon them, which leads to the child's own abandonment issues. But it's probably because that parent has major abandonment issues and they're literally putting it in their kids' minds. So it's a never-ending cycle. So the child is starting to think, oh my God, my parent abandoned me for that person. Why in the hell would you want your kid to think that? Well, even if your child was abandoned, left, they have a deadbeat parent, I would say there's an age-appropriate way to let this kid know that their parent is not there. Because what happens is if you say, oh, your daddy doesn't love you. Your daddy left you for Naja, for Sarah, for Lisa. Your daddy cheated on me with 8 different women. And your daddy did. If you start to let this be your narrative, it becomes your sing song. But then it becomes a song that sings in your children's heads, especially your daughters, especially your little girls. And your sons, of course, they do a whole different thing. And I'll probably make a different video, another video about how toxic mothers affect their sons as well. But it becomes your sing song. And after you spew these lies for a while, it becomes your truth. Now, there's a lot of us, and I've coached quite a few people that would say, Naja, my partner's ex filed for the divorce, or they decided to leave the relationship. They already had a new boyfriend or girlfriend way long before we met. They had already said the thing was over. I saw nasty messages of how much hatred they expressed for their ex, their soon-to-be ex, or the person that they're claiming that they were still with, that you are now the mistress, or whatever. So I've seen all of this stuff, Naja, and the clients will tell me, and even in my own situation, you know, you've seen things to show, oh, this was definitely a D-Day. This was an end date. This thing was done, kaputs, over, dead. But if you've seen formidable things to show that this wasn't the case, and this person is in this sing song, and they're singing it wherever, they're singing it to their boss, to their sisters, to their children, on social media, and if they're extra harmed, hurt, disordered, they'll leave it on your social media. They'll leave breadcrumbs every single place they can, so that they can not only destroy your credibility, your person, so that they can make themselves look like the victim. What that does, though, and if you're a person that does this, girl, listen, I get it. You are hurt. You are hurt. You, in your mind somewhere, have convinced yourself that you have been cuckolded. You might have had a little boyfriend. You might have had somebody that you thought you were going to hang out with for a little bit in it. You were going to leave them, and your relationship was going to get right back. Perhaps your relationship was in this toxic cycle of make up and break up. And one of you just has to act a little crazy, and you'll get back together. And now your ex-partner meets this new person, and they're never coming back. And you are singularly focused on this new person being the cause and detriment of your marriage or your relationship. When that's just a goddamn lie. It's just not true. When you start to triangulate children into this narrative that your daddy left us, he left us poor to fend for ourselves. He's off having a good time with this other person. They don't care about you. If you have the fortitude, the mental fortitude to see what that does to a young child's mind, their brain is still developing, which is a good thing for you. If that's a narrative that you want to spew, because while a child's in their developmental stage, that means their brains are penetrable. Anything that you say is going to be their truth. But the bad thing about that is anything that you say is going to be their truth. What happens when you are a woman that's in the situation and you've watched maybe over the years this narrative play out? I mean, if they're cool kids and they're just kind of not going to fool with you, they're going to keep a distance. And if they're very informed kids and they understand, and most children, one thing that I learned is we talk a lot about toxic motherhood on this particular channel. I've talked to a lot of the experts on toxic motherhood, toxic parents, personality disordered, mentally ill parents, and the effect that it has on kids. A lot of their children grow up to go and get some form of help, some form of therapy, coaching. They sit on somebody's couch and they know, I've even heard it from a lot of young people that I'm very close to. They know when their parent is disordered, but they feel like they have to take care of that parent. Ultimately, when this young person grows up and they go sit on somebody's couch and get some help of their own and start to deduce some of the things and experiences from their own childhood and take apart those experiences that did not allow them to have a childhood, they realize and are able to label the mother, in this case the mother, as a toxic parent. They'll say, oh, she did the absolute best that she could. And as my good girlfriend, Jennifer, our niece says, your mama didn't do the best that she could. She did what she did. She did not try to do better. And in some cases, she had the tools to do better, but perhaps she did not have, as I mentioned earlier, she did not have the fortitude to do better. Or doing better would have not benefited her narrative of being cuckolded or cheated on or left for being the sovereign single mother to fend for herself that was left dirt poor, when all the things around her show that that's just not completely true. So if you are the person that's been targeted by this angry ex, whether it's been 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, if this person has shown that they mentioned it, here's a key word again, if this person has shown that they are committed, if they have an absolute commitment to this being their part of their story, this is the part of their story, and you know it's a damn lie, your partner knows it's a lie, and ultimately the children will know it's a lie, then there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. But the good part about that is you ain't her. You don't have the burden of undoing a complete lie that you've based your entire life and existence on. It's scary to even think that some of these women believe, they truly believe, even though they know that their relationship was over. They know that they had moved on. They know that they had filed for a divorce or a separation, or the relationship was not being repaired, and they had been told over and over again, they know that that relationship was over. It's not even about you. I know it feels like it's about you, but it's about what you represent. It's about the fact that you represent that something that she thought that she can control, something that she thought that she owned, you and what you represent came in and so seamlessly did something different with it. That's hurtful for anybody, even a mentally stable woman. Don't throw some disordered personality and childhood trauma in her mix. Criminal history, unparented, unfathered. Like, don't throw all that stuff in the mix. And then, we have like a major issue. So if this is your case, if you're the person that's been targeted, or this little ponytail keeps coming down, if you are the person that's been targeted, girl, let me just say, go on and live your happy damn life, okay? I need you to go on and enjoy your love, enjoy your life, and understand that this is just such a small part of, it's not a part of your story. It's not. And it's unfortunate that someone else has made you such a star key player in their entire existence. They've made you the bad person in their children's story. They've made you that. All you can do is make sure every time you can, you're allowed to show up for their kids, that you do so in grace and love, patience and kindness. And maybe one day, if those children are bright enough, if their minds are open enough, if their mother hasn't done enough damage on them to close their minds from new ideas, ones that contradict all that she's forced, the lies that she's forced into their heads. If these children's brains if they are exposed, we just pray that they are exposed by something out there. If they do develop that knack, then they'll see on their own. When I was a brand new stepmom, all the OGs, all the older women, they were like, oh, Naja, honey. They had dealt with crazy stuff too. And they would say, oh, Naja, honey, just wait. Those kids are going to see. Some of us have already seen that happen. Some of us are still waiting. And in a lot of cases, the kids will never see. But you know the damn truth. Your partner knows the truth. And the people that love you, who you are allowed to be impactful for, know the truth. Listen, if anything that I've said has resonated with you, check out VIPStepmom.com. It's an exclusive membership-only community by me, for all of us, to just do our thing. There's so many hundreds of hours of resources in there. If you like long or short form content, if you want to talk, if you want coaching, if you want to hear my private podcast and see the private videos, everything is in VIPStepmom.com. I encourage you to become a member. We do frequent meetups. I'm planning on doing some stuff so we can actually see and touch each other in real life very, very soon. And if you need any sort of resources, don't forget to hit that link in bio. And I will see you next time. Okay, next time you see me, I might be cute. Okay, I probably won't, but have a good one. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow.
VIP Stepmoms. That's you and me.
Are you going to have coffee going out, Toy?